may you go to the issue of long-standing receivables, because the CEC said that part of the challenge that you have is that you have got some strategy on receivables, and your receivables here, the audio will read for you, they are going to about 68 million, which means that if you got them, paying 6 million won't be a problem. So may you go on that query, the auditor, the query on unsupported and long-standing trade and other receivable balances?
Yes, Chair, thank you. Paragraph 1 of the audit report is indicated that the statement of financial position reflects a balance of Kenya shillings 62,525,574 in respect of trade and other receivables, as disclosed in note 19 to the financial statement, after provision for bad debts of Kenya shillings 15,631,393, included in the gross receivable balance of Kenya shillings 78,156,968 are receivables balance of Kenya shillings 68,479,659, which has been outstanding for more than 1 year. However, there was no policy on the impairment of the long outstanding receivables, casting doubt on the fair statement of the accounts receivables balance. Thank you, Chair.
Governor?
Chair, the Board of Directors of Tana Water and Sanitation Company Limited, brackets Tawasco, at the full board meeting held on 14th November 2025, approved the company's debt management policy. The policy provides a framework for managing receivables. Management has commenced implementation of the policy and is actively applying its guidelines to reduce the company's long outstanding receivables. As shown there, Annex 1A, Annex 1B, and Annex 1C are the copy of the approved debt management policy, the board minutes approving a debt management policy, and the debt management schedule. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Auditor?
The Chair can confirm that we received Annex 1A, 1B, and 1C, which he reviewed, and the approved policies were attached. But we have to review the application of those policies as during the next audit cycle, since they were done after the audit exercise. Thank you, Chair.
Senators? Senator Mbugua?
Thank you, Chair. Governor, I would have expected in your response that you would have attached the age analysis of these receivables. I would have expected you to be telling the committee, I would have expected you to tell the committee how much is owed by the executive, your own county government, national government institutions. At least we know this broad figure. Who do they belong to?
Senator Biko?
No comment.
Senator Mugatana?
Yeah.
Chair, before you go to the area senator,
Yes.
the annexures that are attached are dated November 2025, implying it was a response to satisfy the committee.
Which one was this?
The one, the annexures, from the annexures, Chair,
Which annex in particular?
November 2025.
Okay. Mugatana?
So, Chair, the effectiveness of the MD in terms of implementation of this, getting the receivables, that means collection of the money, isn't it? Chair, could it be affected by the fact that the if you look at the report, the managing director, chair, the managing director continues to sign all these reports as acting managing director. Governor, maybe you can tell us, is this affecting the confidence of that young man to perform? Why aren't you not confirming him? Until when shall he remain acting? Could it be because you are not confident, executing the duties because you are not sure of your tenure?
Through the chair, thank you.
No, that one is the governor's question.
There were two questions. There are two questions. One was mine,
Okay.
and the other one was directed to the MD.
MD, go ahead.
To start with MD.
Okay.
Then
Thank you.
He's going to answer in an acting capacity, but go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. It's not about confidence. Actually, when I came in as the acting MD, the company had a lot of issues then. I remember back in 2023, that was the first time we came here. We came here when the company was not licensed, had no water tariff, and some other issues. So as time goes by, we are trying to address some of the issues with time, because currently we have the tariff, we have the license, we have an active board as per the WASREP regulations, and through recommendations of the Senate, we are trying to solve most of the issues. And actually, on issues of debt management policy, we acted on recommendations of the Senate. That's why it's dated November 2025. So when we left here, we went back and tried to solve most of the issues that were recommended by the Senate. Thank you.
Chair, we have full confidence of the acting MD. If you can go back, you realize and you look at where Tawasco was then, before we came in and before he came in, you would see a very big difference. The progress that we've made so far, to the extent now we are getting positive ratings, is out of the effort that we've made as a government, and the support that we've given to Tawasco under the leadership of the acting MD. Even as we sit here, you have seen the confidence with which he is responding to the queries. Much as there can be delay about something, everything is in his fingertips, that this is there, and I'm going to avail.
How long has he acted?
The question is, why aren't you confirming him? How long has he acted?
How long has he acted, Chair?
Mr. Chairman, the process of his confirmation.
How long has he acted? Because I remember when he appeared before me
Yes.
and the committee here in 2022.
Yeah, and
2022.
Then you raised the same last year.
Yes.
It was raised again last year.
Yes.
So we are handling that issue of his confirmation, Mr. Chairman. Yes.
How long has he been acting?
3 years. 3 years.
Actually, 4 years.
Mm.
4 years,
4 years.
and you say he is competent, and you have not confirmed him.
He is competent. That's why we picked him.
But then, what is the challenge of confirming? What is the challenge of confirming him?
We needed also time to actually prove that that the guy is really performing well. So,
Governor, we cannot take
process
that.
of
We cannot take that, Governor.
Chair, is the governor saying that he needs 3 years to confirm that someone is competent? Are you aware of the labor laws? Governor, surely that is not fair.
Chair,
Huh?
the process of confirming the MD to a substantive appointment is underway.
3 years. 4 years.
Yeah, might be a little bit.
The legal, can you advise us here?
Yes.
Is this regular? Is this kind of acting regular, where somebody is acting for 3-4 years? Legal?
No, Chair. Under the Public Service Commission Act, they provide that an acting position should not exceed 6 months.
So, Governor, you're on a serious breach of law. This is an active position, and the law says you should not be able to. you know, somebody cannot act for over 6 months on it.
We understand, Chair.
And you're just doing it because if you understand, then you cannot be acting for 4 years.
Chair, I said with the process of
what is this process?
The process of getting or confirming him as a permanent or to substantive appointment is underway.
Legal, what will be the direction on this?
Chair, may I give information?
Yes.
And maybe Governor can confirm how many other positions, senior positions in county government of Tana River that are on acting capacity, including chief officers. How many are on acting capacity?
We have so many, Chair. We have the county secretary is on acting capacity. We have chief officers who are on acting capacity. We have the MD here. We have quite a number of them that are on acting capacity. But not our making.
Not your making. Who's making is it?
It is making of Tana Dynamics.
I think so. Because of time, we have got a house that is rising in the next 45 minutes. This is completely unacceptable, Governor. Completely. Like I can't even imagine. Because if you look at the Public Service Act, it says at least 30 days, but not for a period more than 6 months. Here we've got a case that somebody has been acting in a substantive position for 4 good years. So this will be a directive of the committee, and it's good that the Center for Tana River has actually been able to highlight this. It's either you confirm the gentleman in the next 30 days. I think that if the attorney is here of the county should take this not very seriously, because I'm now even worried about the attorney, or re-advertise that position in the next 30 days. That's the direction. It's either you confirm the gentleman in the next 30 days or re-advertise that position in the next 30 days and then make sure that the due process is followed to fill that position in the next 6 months. That's the maximum you are given. Because otherwise, this is now this is actually a serious breach of the law.
As directed, Chair.
Okay. Let's take that as directed. But we were still on long outstanding receivables. So this, again, to the CEC, you had said that your clearing of the payables is dependent on the strategy you have put on long outstanding receivables. I've interacted with these documents. I am not seeing any demand notices on these long outstanding receivables. What you have shared as, which is the key document here you have shared, is the debt movement schedule. If you turn to that Annex 1C, and this is the CEC through the governor, yeah? Turn to that page and look at that debt movement schedule. CEC, are we there? I've also turned to it, I'm looking at it. It is Annex 1C. Because this is what you are relying on, sorting out the debt that you have on your payables, isn't it? Are you convinced that debt management, debt movement schedule can actually be able to help you clear your debts? Is it even a movement schedule, CEC? Can it adequately help you devise a plan to deal with that payables that you had said?
Thank you, Chair. This one can
The movement schedule that we were saying is in the instructions are clearly stated in the debt management policy that we have on what we are supposed to do and how we are supposed to clear. There is a huge document which is clearly showing the receivables, which ones they are.
Where is that document?
It is very huge. It is in the system.
Did you give it to the auditor?
Through you, Chair, actually we shared a soft copy. It's a 100+ page document of every customer and the amounts that they're supposed to pay. So it's a soft
Did
copy.
you give it to the auditor?
Yes, a soft copy.
Auditor, you have that document?
Yes, Chair, I can confirm that we received
each of your, your debtors. I'm not seeing here repayments that are being done. I'm not seeing the interest that could ensue from what you have with them. I'm not seeing the closing balances of the company based on that schedule. There's just no cash flow here that I can be able to depend on to help me make a determination of whether this plan has been devised or not. I appreciate the policy, which is okay to have that policy in place, but that policy is applicable to all entities in the county, isn't it? But for this specific debt of 68 million, I want to see a movement schedule that encapsulates the entire aging analysis and even potential for bad debts on your side that you might not be able to see from these people, so that we see whether you can be able to devise how you go after those people, including maybe sending auctioneers where it's needed, disconnecting people where it's needed. We need to see that schedule. So can we say you will also, auditor, can you get the aging analysis to the auditors in 14 days?
Chair, actually we can, but then we are experiencing one challenge. We installed a billing system in 2023. So it's easy getting the aging analysis after 2023. Before 2023, it was purely manual, and we relied on ledgers.
So how are you relying on the receivables to clear that cash flow?
We picked the figures, but then developing the aging analysis could be tricky before 2023.
So what are you suggesting? You want it to be the next financial year?
I request for more time, Chair.
How much time?
When they come for the next
audit cycle.
Yes.
Senators, do you agree?
Chair, what the MD needs also to do, what we are telling you is not, something from heaven. It's been done before. You need to separate the big debts. Have meetings with them, because even Kenya Power, when they are collecting, you don't disconnect big credit, big defaulters. You go and talk to them. You go to county governments, you engage them. Like here in Nairobi, they have a very big power bill. Kenya Power doesn't go to disconnect them, and it was only once when there was drama. You need to show that you've been able to discuss with the big data. So in your report, you should isolate so the small ones and the big ones, and how you can enter into some arrangements with the big ones to pay in installments.
Actually, your senator is very right, because you're breaching your own policy, because the policy you've given me here, in your debt recovery process, you have indicated here that part of it is issuance of a demand letter. The process begins with sending a formal demand letter to the debtor requesting payment of the outstanding amount within a specified period. And then negotiation and mediations is part of your policy. If the debtor responds, negotiations may occur to discuss suitable repayment options. This is not us, this is your policy. and it is not showing in that entire framework. So let's say, because I want to check on 2 more queries before we rise. Let's say that we are going to give you 2 months. Is that fair?
That is fair, Chair.
Yes.
I can also confirm that we have started issuing demand letters. Actually, some few months ago, we had a meeting with Kenya prisons, and one of the deliberations is at least they increased their vote book because they had a challenge of vote book. They were consuming more water than what was allocated to them by the national government.
Okay.
So we have started the...
So do that in the next 2 months, give it to the auditor, then the auditor will get back to us with those. Is that okay? Okay. Let's check on NRW. Auditor.
Chair, my humble request, can we combine maybe issues that are almost similar, so that or cross-cutting within the water sector, because actually we have taken a bit.
I know.
On the
I know. So I think we're just going to check on that, and then a general comment on unsupported documentations, because I think most of the other issues are about unsupported documents, which basically means late submission of documents, which I think will make a general or rather global comment on. So we just want to check on NRW and the issue of customer deposits that were utilized, and then we will close it at that. Is that okay, Senators? Yes. So NRW, non-revenue, water.
Thank you, Chair. Non-revenue water above allowable limits. Statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income reflects operating income of 32,792,083 as disclosed in Note 6 to the financial statements, out of which 31,950,103 was in respect of water sales. The company produced 700,933 cubic meters of water, out of which 272,703 cubic meters, which is equals to 39%, was billed to customers for 31 million shillings, 950,103, and the balance of 428,230 cubic meters, or 61%, was not billed. The unbilled water represents non-revenue water. The percentage of unbilled water is higher than the allowable loss limit of 25% by the Water Service Regulatory Board guidelines. The 428,230 cubic meters of non-revenue water resulted to a loss of revenue estimated at 50 million shillings, 171,427, at average sale per cubic meter of 117 shillings. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, your response?
Yes, Chair. In 2022, the Water Services Regulatory Board, WASREP, and the County Government of Tana River jointly agreed and gazetted a set of performance and service delivery targets for Tawasco. The agreed targets were deliberately calibrated to reflect the prevailing operational realities in the utility, taking into account the most of Tawasco's water and sanitation infrastructure. One, dilapidated, and two, metering ratio, dilapidated pipes, and number two, metering ratio, which was low. And was largely developed in the 1970s and 1980s, thereby constraining the rapid improvements in coverage, reliability, and efficiency. The tariff targets are as below. One, the target for water coverage 2023-2024 was 24%.
Sorry, Governor, I can't see where you are reading.
Oh.
Chair, I'm also lost. Which item? Which issue number?
Non-revenue water, eh?
Non-revenue water.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what you must read is what went to the auditor's response. Is this the same thing that I have?
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. I want to clarify that the non-living water issue was both a prior year issue and also a current year issue, and the lawfulness and effectiveness in the use of public resources.
So the management is responding to, where is the management response? That was to this year, because the prior year, because the management response that I have here is on page 9. Governor, are you? But even page 7, that's not the what Governor is reading.
Number 10.
Number 10?
Yes.
Which is in active customer accounts. That's where you are.
No, non-revenue water above allowable limit.
Chair is page 9.
Yeah, so page 9, the response I have in page 9 is not what you're reading. That's what I'm saying. Because for the purpose of answered, we have to read your responses as written.
There's an attachment to this page.
Unless you attach that to the auditor. Auditor, I want to read what is on record, because when we, as a Senate, when we retire to go and do our written response, we rely on the written response as well. Our report will not be based on something that is not with us.
I can confirm that that is not under the responses that we submitted as audit briefs to the chair, and maybe they are reading from what I can see, they are reading from the response they did to the committee.
Clerk, is that the response that the committee has? Even if you take this one, it's not what the governor is reading. Even if you take number 8, it's not what the governor is reading.
Number 9. It is number 9, Chair.
Sorry? Page number 9, isn't it?
Page number 9.
Okay, page number 9, go to page number 9.
On what was submitted, auditor.
This is your document, Governor.
Yes, it's the same document.
Now look at page number 9 of the document that we have.
The same. This attachment here, this attachment is what you have. Maybe you're not looking at it. This attachment.
So the query is on page number 9 that as was read by the auditor, isn't it?
Yes, this one.
Now the management response starts with, in the Tawasco water tariff. Senator,
Chair, what I have on
Yes,
both the booklet and the chairman's brief,
yes,
the response starts with Tawasco's water
Tariff,
tariff
yes.
set the target for the years at 65%. Governor, that is what you are supposed to be reading.
Do you have something else?
What?
Even those are checked.
They're attached. Yes. On the front of the bulletin is what we have here. This one.
Chair, under issue 10, non-revenue water above allowable limit.
Yes.
The response both on the booklet and on the chair's brief. The response starts with Tawasco's water tariff set the target.
So, Governor, what I've realized here is that you've got two responses. There are two responses. There is another one. There are 2 page 9s.
Yes.
So we need, which do you want us to rely on?
One of those page 9s is the brief for the previous appearance, which you had directed that we enhance for purpose of clarity.
So go ahead. I am on the page 9 that you are reading. In the year under review, that's where you are.
Yes, in 2022.
That one you had read. Okay. So you are under...
Okay. In the year under review, Tawasco's non-revenue water was 61% against the target that was set in the tariff of 65%.
Go on, the senators.
Reduce the non-revenue water to meet the allowable sector benchmark of 25%. The company, in their negotiation with WASREP and World Bank in the K-Wash project, developed a performance improved action plan that set a roadmap to reduce the non-revenue water to 53% in 2026 and 30% by 2028. This is possible through achieving 100% metering by 2027 and replacement of all dilapidated pipes by 2028. In the current financial year, Tawasco has already procured 1,000 water meters to meet targets set in the performance improvement action plan. Annexed 10 is the attachment of the approved tariff for clarity, Chair.
Senators?
Chair, just two issues, Governor. This agreement with WASREP, which allowed you 65%, again is the national average of 25%. I would want you to exactly point to us where that is. And secondly, I want you to categorize these losses, physical and commercial. I mean, your team should have attached that so that we can interrogate it well.
Okay. 1 minute though.
Thank you. Actually, after we had the meeting with WASREP, then we had our tariff, and we attached that section of the tariff here in a table.
Oh, what the senator is asking you, you are claiming that this issue of non-revenue is just because of dilapidated pipes as well as a tariff issue. But there are commercial losses usually that you must be able to indicate, and physical losses. And even sometimes donations. The governor might want to donate water to people. So there is no categorization of where is this dent coming from. Because you remember, there's 50 million a year in stake. And you are starting with a cash flow of 6 million in terms of your payables. So you are losing revenue of what, 50 million, yet your payables are only 6 million. Even before you collect your money receivables, this could be able to solve it out if you're to stabilize the cash flow from this. So can you be able to give us the category? For instance, how much are you losing because of commercial losses?
Thank you, Chair. Actually, commercial losses is at 40%. And one of the strategy is increased metering ratio, which in this financial year we've procured 1,000 water meters so that we can head towards 100% metering ratio. Thank you.
Okay. Senators?
Chair, what I've noted is that the percentages are decreasing, and that is commendable. However, you should improve so that you get to the recommended allowable loss.
I think because of pressure of time, Governor, what I wanted to say, perhaps we'll make a comment at closing on two issues. But before I come to this, there are two issues about unsupported documentations that has been consistent and inaccuracies in all the other queries that we did not address. We will look into those and then be able to make a global recommendation. But this issue of non-submission of documents is becoming rampant. And I think take note of that. We will make recommendations on those, and then also the issue of inaccuracies on the financial statements. We'll make comments on those. But I would want you to comment on customer deposits. That I think was also an audit query that was used. But on this issue of non-revenue, this is actually the major query that must be sorted out. You are in the business of producing and selling water, isn't it, MD?
Yes, Chair.
If you're in the business of producing and selling water and you're producing 100% of water and then you're losing 61% of them, then you're not in business at all. That company is not viable. That company is just depending on executives' donations to keep it afloat. So this non-revenue water issue must be solved give us a comprehensive, because it's very high. Even if you have moved from 70 to 62 now, or previous year it was 65, that's a marginal movement compared to the loss that you are having. So that would be considered marginal. So can you do for us a comprehensive understanding of the commercial losses in this company? And Governor, this is why you should be able to take note, because commercial losses include things like billing. Metering is just one of them. But another place for corruption could be collection. Maybe people are billed, but the collection is not coming to the right kitty where it should be able to come. So just give us a map of how that looks like, and also give us a percentage that you're losing as a result of your infrastructure, what you are calling dilapidated pipes. That physical losses, we would want to see the entire movement in that. Give us that analysis in the next 2 months. Okay, Bwana MD?
That is in order, Chair.
Yes. Hopefully you have been confirmed at that time, or you have applied for the job at that time. I think I want to leave it at that, because we have a house that is rising in 15 minutes, that is sitting in 15 minutes. And I wanted to check if there have got any last comments before I give Governor to say a last comment.
Thank you, Chair. This issue of water, as I indicated earlier, Chair, that my county neighbors, Tana River County, and I know that we have issues of water, and politically sometimes the county might be required to give the residents water, not necessarily to be billed, because they feel it is their right to get this water. And I know that happens, Chair. It cuts across the region where we come from. However, I would only recommend that the MD, whom I believe and I'm praying that you'll be going to be confirmed, that will put more efforts with his team, that they do well to Tana River people and allow Kitui residents also to benefit. Thank you.
Any Senator? Okay, Governor, your last comment.
Chair, as rightly put by Senator Beth, it is true that sometimes we are required to give water to our people, and that's why sometimes you see the bill may be reducing, but sometimes it increases somehow, because then we have to incur to be able to deliver the service to the people, and that cost then comes back to us. Nonetheless, Chair, you have also noted that we have made a lot of progress as a county, Tawasco, moving together. It's not moving alone. It is us who have been supporting Tawasco to get to where it is. But for those who know Tana well, the challenge of dilapidated pipes and the rest is because of very old water systems. And I've said in my statement here that some of them are as old as 1970s and some of them even beyond there. We have not had a very serious capital investment projects on water from the national government, except one project that has been successful, the one in Bura, Tana, which we believe the capacity is so huge that we can be able to offload that capacity to Hola if we are supported to do that. Bura, in Madogo, we are still struggling. Garseni, Ngao, and the rest of those small projects, Chair, are that old, and that's why we have all these challenges. We are doing our best with the resources that we get. If you look at access now to water, if we are to be rated today, combining the urban water projects and the rural water projects, combining all the resources, FLOCA, the county government monies and partners, monies from the Water Sector Trust Fund, we have actually achieved a very good percentage on access to water. Even with the circumstances that we have of disaster, of moving people up and what, Chair, Tana can be a model for people to look at. We are working with the ministry. In fact, on Friday, I have a meeting with the CS. The CS was there himself last week to see for himself the challenges that we have. There's a lot of monies that are supporting other counties, but we don't have a capital investment project on water in Tana, and that is one of the big challenges. And the population is still growing. The demand is growing higher. So we are trying to also align ourselves to the growing population and the demand. On the issue of unsupported responses on the documents, Chair, I think we have moved a little bit from there, although there is still a lot that needs to be done. But we have moved from that culture of the heavy culture of non-supported responses. But we're still working on it. We are still hiring more staff. There's already interviews going on there. The idea is to add more staff so that we can be able to address some of these challenges. In some few, I think probably this by the next audit cycle, this may not be the case, Chair. Of course, we have already had here. Whatever you said is there. The challenge is it has not arrived. So we'll make also, we commit myself to bring the rest of the documents that you have requested to prove to you that we are actually moving forward and moving well. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you so much, Governor. My three comments would be, first of all, thank you for you and your team for coming. We don't take it for granted. It is what is responsible as a citizen and as somebody who's working for the county and for the country. There has been that tension between the Senate and the COG, which is not healthy, because it opens a Pandora's box in terms of mutilating the Constitution by defying it. So I hope that the other governors will see that you have been prevailed on by your own wisdom to actually do what is right, constitutionally and morally. So thank you for that. Number two, the issue of unsupported documents is a very serious issue. I've raised it with you at a time without number. It's only that we didn't have time, and we're going to give you our written recommendations. But it actually formed the bulk of the other queries that we did not go through because of time. And alongside that is the issue of inaccuracies in the financial statements. And the reason why I'm raising this is because we have decided as a Senate that we will hold individuals liable for every single breach of law that is there. Something like unsupported document is breaching Section 62 of Public Audits Act, which requires that those documents must be submitted on time, without which then there is penalty to it. And the penalty is severe. It's for, I think, about 5 million or otherwise jail term. It is there. Then the issue of inaccuracies is also very well indicated in the PFM Act. All the officers that you have there, accountants, must know that however as small as just keeping the wrong record, the PFM Act under Section 197 is very clear on this as an offense. And therefore, there is punishment to it under 199 and 200. So that's why I highlighted them, so that they don't become an issue next time. We will give you a recommendation with regard to that. On NRW, Governor, it's just not possible. There's no commercial viability where you are losing 61% or even 50% or even 45% of water that you're producing. Because then it will mean that this company is being sustained by handout from the executive. So we need to sort it out. I do appreciate what you have said, but I also think that you've got a lot of information that is not well packaged by your MD or whoever is preparing these statements. What you need to know about this committee is that we are cumulative. We go through these documents very, 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 very seriously. You know, for instance, you know, in the document that you shared with us here before, on the meeting that you had on 14th of November 2025, you indicated in your in your minutes here that you had reported investigations of over 50 customers who were doing illegal connections. 4 of them were members of your staff. Remember, MD, you did that, and the matters are in court. So what we're expecting is for you to actually be able to capture those in your responses. Hence, do better responses so that I can be able to go over this issue and finish. Otherwise, because of pressure of time, I don't want to go much. I want to wish you well as you travel back home, and I hope that the directives we have given you to give the auditors within the timelines will be given, and we'll get back to you with proper recommendations. I think with that, Senators, this meeting stands adjourned, so that you can be able to see if you can get lunch within the 10 minutes and then go to the house at 2:30. This is how hard we work here, Governor, and sometimes the people don't understand on the ground the level of work senators do here. But we wish you well and all the best. With the minister adjourn, I think until Thursday, tomorrow. Or we will announce that until the clerk communicates. Thank you so much.